Hi friends. So as a lifelong student of yoga and Sufism, I have come to understand that there are so many beautiful philosophies and wisdoms from which to partake in order to live a very evolved, a better and fulfilled life and have amazing relationships as well, right? Life is all about the quality of the relationships we have. Now, as a student of yoga, I think it's imperative for people to have a working understanding of why the Bhagavad Gita is important for yoga students. The Bhagavad Gita is, or as it's called, the divine song, is really a spiritual GPS. It teaches us about the philosophy of love, of connection, of compassion, of wisdom, of one's higher self and one's ego self. So why is it important for yoga students to know about the Gita? The Gita tells us about yoga as far beyond just the asanas. It teaches us that yoga is a way of life. It is a skillful act of devotion, of kindness, of empathy, wisdom, and stillness. It teaches us how to live through life's dilemmas, guiding us. It teaches us about dharma, which is purpose in life, and karma, about action. And it also teaches us about inner conflict. So the Gita introduces us to 4 paths of yoga. Jnana Yoga, which is the yoga of wisdom. Bhakti Yoga, which is the yoga of devotion. Karma Yoga, which is the yoga of selfless service. Raja Yoga, which is the yoga of meditation. Now you may ask, why are there so many different paths of yoga? Well, there's a lot of wisdom in that. There are lots of different types of people in the world, and different things attract different people. Some people are attracted to the path of devotion. Some people are attracted to the idea of selfless service. Some people are called to stillness and meditation, whereas some are called to the path of wisdom. So the Bhagavad Gita takes place on the battlefield. The battlefield is called the Mahabharata. And there are 2 characters, Arjuna, who represents the lower self, and Krishna, the charioteer, who represents the higher self. As human beings, we are often faced with circumstances where we don't want to do the things that we have to do. And sometimes inaction is also not the best course to take. So through this wisdom, the Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to live in this world, but also to live in alignment with our higher purpose, with our higher selves. When you read the Gita, you're actually reading about the human conflict, that inner conflict between fear and courage, soul and ego, clarity and confusion. So for yoga students, it is a teaching not just about the poses, not just about asana, but actually about living in alignment with what your inner truth is. And the process of breathing mindfully, of practicing all 8 limbs of yoga really makes you confront yourself and see parts of yourself that need up-leveling, that need tender attention, that need care so that they can up-level. In the Mahabharata, Arjuna's war is actually not against enemies that are outside, but his own family members, his own cousins and uncles and extended family members whom he deeply respects and looks up to and loves, except with time they have become toxic and greedy and power hungry. Arjuna's grief was not just about the war. It was about facing the truth, facing a very, very intimate truth about parts of something very native to him that were not serving him, that were dragging him down. And Krishna's teaching to Arjuna in this time is that you have to look above this. You have to commit to your own growth, to your own evolution, to your own truth, to your own dharma, even if that means walking away from family, from what you have known, from what you are used to, or from your comfort zone. The Bhagavad Gita is not a religious text, really. It's actually a philosophical text, and it talks about the human conflict in different eras, in different seasons, time and again. And it transcends time, it transcends cultural and religious beliefs. And as students of life and as students of yoga, we cannot have a myopic lens. We have to learn the wisdoms of all the traditions that exist out there, from which we can glean philosophies that will enhance and reinforce our own journey and help us evolve.